Hello, friends. Welcome to Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus for June 11th, World Cup Day, I believe. Right, Jack. 2026. Pretty sure the World Cup starts today. And you know
It
what?
does.
We don't even care about that till the C block because today's all about baseball and softball. Jack, how's life?
Life is good. A lot of baseball, a lot of softball, a lot of sunscreen, a lot of bug spray.
Bug spray. Yeah, the bugs took a little bit of a break last night, but they've been killing me. I'll tell you what, it's been hot. And can I just give a shout out to because you know we're the best place to get hot, like when it's hot to get like popsicles and cold treats. Your local concession stands at the baseball softball games, they have these giant popsicles. My absolute favorite place to cool off during a summer day. Uh
That is the best. I went opposite the other day at the concession stand. I got a good burger and a water.
you did where at?
Compliments of the Washington smoker that they have out there.
Yep, Washington does a good job of actually grilling and smoking and stuff like that. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I guess it's not
Uh,
a smoker, it was a grill, but
oh, and speaking of food like that, I got news. I got if you're a follower of this show, you know that last year at this exact time, I was diagnosed with high cholesterol, had my 1 year blood check to see if it's still there. Can I get a drum roll? My results last night, even higher than last year.
oh no. I'm
Also, I
sorry.
lost my phone. So everybody, I'm depressed over
Yeah,
here.
Andy's having
I'm
a
having a
rough
rough.
time. No phone.
Andy's a rough one. No
I
phone.
was texting him so many good updates, which we'll get to in the B block from the Fairfield
I did.
Williamsburg baseball game, and he just didn't see him.
I didn't see him. But you know what? You know who I did see on Thursday night? I saw Jack Knowlton right beside me covering the Washington Mount Pleasant girls softball game. A wild one, Jack.
A wild one indeed. Yes.
And we've had lots of hits on Mount Pleasant Live's streaming of this game. But for the first time since the 2020 season, 18 games. Was it 2020? Yeah, 2020. Or is it 2021? I'm gonna fact check myself right now. The Mount Pleasant Panthers is 2020. The Mount Pleasant Panthers beat the Washington Demons in the softball field 7-3. And one of our more even though it ended up 7-3, is one of the more back and forth clashes in the SEC this year, Mr. Jack.
Yeah. I mean, it felt a little bit closer than the score might seem, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, just a monster upset for Mount Pleasant. Their pitchers were dialed. Washington just couldn't really get much going offensively, save for a Reagan Miller home run to start the game. That first home run I've ever seen bounce off the top of the fence and go over. At least seen in person. I've probably seen that on like TV, but that was big for her. But yeah, the Mount Pleasant. I mean, shout out to Jolyn Martin, just an outstanding day in the circle to kind of limit the Demon bats, and then Mount Pleasant took advantage of getting runners on with some walks and cashed them in. So it's a new era. It feels like, Andy, between these two teams.
I agree. I definitely agree. I think it's a new era in general in the SEC where there's more unpredictability, where that has not been a case almost at all in softball the last couple. Big game, a big hit by Millie Wellington, a 3 RBI triple that gave Mount Pleasant the lead in the bottom of the fifth. Big 3-hit game from Abigail Shelengoski. She played very well, and as you said, Joel and Martin and Shaylee Cook, who are now both battling injuries, and hopefully will be back soon. Did well for the Panthers. That Miller home run, I want to see the angle. I wonder if we have tape anywhere of what we looked like, because on the stream we followed the ball very well, but I bet you can see it bouncing over behind our heads on the camera that was on us.
You probably could if you checked that tape.
I think that would be fun. That would be a fun tape to check. I think Washington have 4 different girls with home runs now. By the way, I saw on they posted on social media they had one kid hit a JV home run, but Washington's got some bombers. Mount Pleasant, by the way, didn't get to play their SEC game against Keokuk because of rain, but they did play at the Holy Trinity tournament, made the championship, and lost to Fort Madison in a game that does not count in the SEC standings, 8-0. But Before that, they scored 14 on Holy Trinity, a good team. So Mount Pleasant definitely saw their spark a little bit this last weekend. We'll see if they can carry that out. MP plays against Burlington at Burlington on Thursday night. So that's quite the test.
Yeah.
And then Jack, you saw the another one of our biggest SEC rivalries, the Highway 1 showdown. Only softball, Washington and Fairfield. How'd that go?
Only softball. I actually showed up to the field, and they had postponed the baseball game late enough that I hadn't checked Facebook before I arrived, and started kind of walking over to the Dick Seiko Memorial Field, and I was like, there's no cars around here. What's going on? And then I looked at Facebook, and sure enough, it had been postponed. That's where I'll be tonight. They just have a single header game. It was supposed to be a double header at Washington, but now just one game because of the storms in the area. But yes, it was a sweep for the Fairfield Trojans on the softball field. They did get 2 games in, and probably a good descriptor of the overall series from Bob Bradfield, the Fairfield coach, after, where it was the first game. He said the first game neither team played very well. The second game both teams played very well. And that felt pretty accurate. It was 16-8 after 6 innings for Fairfield, but a ton of offense, not a ton of super outstanding pitching, or at least the hitters kind of got the best of both pitchers, really. Fairfield putting up 16 runs, but Washington, were almost the comeback kids again. I saw them over the weekend on Friday I wasn't at this game, but made a huge comeback over Iowa City High, and then watched them erase a 7-1 deficit against Davenport West and beat them. So their hitting keeps them in games. They're definitely not out of it at the plate. And they were down 10-2. They end up erasing that deficit. They made it 11-8 at one point in the bottom of the 5th. But Fairfield gets 5 runs in the top of the 6th. Washington can't scratch across any, and the game ended with the 8-run rule after 6 innings. So a big night a big first game for offense, and then the second game was wildly entertaining. A huge one for defense, 5-4 in favor of the Trojans. Or I guess I shouldn't say a huge one for defense, Andy. Nine total runs. Not exactly like a pitcher's battle, but just very back and forth. Washington definitely wanted it. I think Bob even said after the game they've gotten kind of unlucky this year. I swear, Leighton Salazar, who came back from a pretty gnarly injury in this game. She got hit. They were doing a throw around, and someone was throwing back from home, and she didn't see it. Got clocked in the head.
Oh no!
Went down, got carried off, came back in the game, and got a couple of hits. She was okay, which was good to see. But I swear she went 1 for 4 in game 2. All 3 that weren't hits. 0 for 4, and all 4 of them, weren't hits. Were just like hard hit balls just right to an outfielder. Just got very unlucky, at the dish a little bit. And that has been a little bit of a story for Washington as they've tried to come back in from some of these games. But Fairfield, credit to them. Leah Helmick had 2 hits in the second game, and they scored 5 runs on 5 hits. They just took advantage of some walks and some fielding errors by Washington. The Demons, for their part, had 4 runs on 7 hits. And so it was kind of just about Fairfield just won the game in the margins a little bit, took advantage of the errors and getting runners on with walks. So they get it done. Got the sweep of the Demons. They did lose their next one to Centerville 2-0. I think that was on, Tuesday, just yesterday, or just 2 days ago. They will be home against Keokuk. Washington trying to bounce back. They will head to Fort Madison.
I think for the Washington, that should be a fun one. Washington Fort Madison girls, by the way. Fairfield, if they can knock off Keokuk on Thursday, they will head into the Burlington games the next Monday. If Mount Pleasant can't upset Burlington, it'd be undefeated on undefeated. So it's weird because I feel like there's been a lot of parity in the softball standings. Yet Burlington and Fairfield haven't lost. So we'll see what happens there. As long as you have Leah Helmick, you can beat about anybody because they can win games I think they won a game just a few games ago, where she struck out 17, and it went 9 innings, ended up like 4-3 or 3-2 or whatever. So,
Jeez.
so right now Fairfield and Burlington 5-0, Fort Madison 2-3, Mount Pleasant 1-2, Washington 0-5, Keokuk 0-3. Now Mount Pleasant and Keokuk did get postponed. So MP has 4 games in hand against the Chiefs. But other than that, we're approaching the end of the first round of the. By the time we have our Prep Sports Plus next week, first round of the SEC. Small school wise, we've had. I'm just gonna go ahead and why don't we just look at some small school results. I was actually at Van Buren County High School. Not at Van Buren County High School, sorry. I was at Eddie and Mildred Sports Complex in Keosauqua, which is where they play their softball. You hear my dog going crazy, it's because he saw that I got the name of the softball field wrong. I've seen a little VBC softball lately, and I saw a 15-run output for the Warriors against Hillcrest Academy, and in fact, they had 13 of those in the first 2 innings. VBC can hit the ball. I saw our other Super South team, New London, who walked off Mount Pleasant last week on Wednesday on a Katie Miller walk-off single. Kylie Swanker had a huge game-tying triple right before that. They came back to beat Mount Pleasant. So our 2 Super South teams can put some runs up. And you know what? Hillcrest Academy had a really slow start against Van Buren County. They eventually started putting girls on base. But what small schools have you seen thus far, softball wise, Mr. Jack?
Softball wise, small schools. I've seen a little bit of Kyoto. Just taking pictures. They did have a good game against Montezuma a couple weeks ago. And I've seen New London and Pekin do battle, and that was a win for the Tigers. Yeah, at Pekin, I believe. Oh, and of course, I have watched plenty of Mid Prairie softball, a team that snuck into the rankings. Did go 0-2 at the Iowa City West Softball Classic, lost to Iowa City West and Davenport Assumption, which I don't think anyone can knock. Very good Davenport Assumption team.
Yeah.
They also lost to West Liberty, another ranked team in 3A. So they've hit a little bit of a snag after winning their first 6 games, but have played 2 really strong sides within that, and then Iowa City West, a team that's 2 classes above Mid Prairie. So they definitely have shown they are far improved from last year. I think we'll still win a lot of games in the River Valley South. They do have to play West Liberty again on Thursday, which is kind of funny. Just played them on the road on Tuesday. We'll play them at home on Thursday, so we'll see if maybe they can handle. But the RVC South, I mean, kind of loaded. Mid Prairie snuck into the rankings, but you've got West Liberty and Durant, who are both ranked. Regina Catholic is ranked as well. So if Mid Prairie has a chance to pick up a couple of impressive wins, they will play. Actually, they play Alburnett on Thursday, and then West Liberty on Friday.
Carol Burnett, shout out to Matt Levins of the Hawkeye and my old cohort Doug Brenneman of former of the Union. They called Alburnett Carol Burnett for some reason. Every single time they referenced Alburnett. Carol Burnett. Some of our older viewers will get that reference. Pekin and Waco did play last night, 10-2 Pekin, which is much different than the 28 to whatever it was game I saw last year between those 2 teams when Pekin dropped 28. So Waco defense playing a lot better. Right now in the North, there's 2 teams that are a little bit ahead of everyone. They played last night, Louisa Muscatine and Highland. Highland couldn't pull it off against Louisa Muscatine, which is L&M. You talk about assumption. L&M beat Xavier. They beat North Lynn. They are stacked this year.
Yeah, definitely.
And, I definitely think Highland can beat them. They didn't get it done last night. Lost 6-0. So L&M now alone in first in the North. Highland second at 5-1. Pekin is tied for third at 3-2. And then you go down a little bit. Hillcrest 2-4. Waco 1-5. Columbus 0-5 in the conference. And Columbus has not had a game for a while. They had to pull out of the Holy Trinity tournament on Thursday, so a couple days before the tournament. They are scheduled to play Louisa Muscatine, number 1 ranked, on Thursday. So we will see. They had to pull out of that tournament, and they also then canceled their Tuesday game. That, I think, all in the same swoop. So as of right now, they're supposed to play tomorrow night, which is tonight if you're watching this. And then on Friday, they're supposed to be in Pekin. So we'll see if Columbus, what's going on with them. And then one last thing, Mr. Jack, I will be at a little bit of the Fairfield softball tournament this weekend. And I'm excited. You know why, Jack?
Why's that?
Because I get to feast my eyes on the Cardinal Comets for the first time this year. Cardinal 5-2 overall, 3-2 in the absolutely devastating South Central Conference. Centerville, a team we mentioned earlier, is in that conference. That conference is a great softball conference, and Cardinal is stacked this year. And head coach Hannah Simpson, former Fairfield Trojan, takes her first shot at winning the Fairfield tournament. By the way, that also involves another SCC team, the Albia Blue Demons, who are 12-0, ranked third, and they haven't had that many close games. And they've given up like 4 runs all year. So we'll see.
Wow, there you go. See how it goes.
That's how softball's going. That's how softball's going. And for you baseball fans, we're about to learn how baseball's going. I don't want any of you to leave your computer. I want you to stay there, watch these commercials, and catch us on the other side.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your healthcare.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
What is up? Prep Sports Plus, powered by all the ads you see on the bottom of your screen right now. Was that soundboard? Did Peter soundboard?
He did the soundboard, but he just he forgot it was lowered down, so it just went.
We're here to talk about some baseball.
Baseball
season's here again.
The base
underway.
Drop the bass.
Better get ready for a brand new day. Hey Jack, what do you say? We didn't really get to watch that much baseball because everything got canceled. But you know who did play baseball?
Yeah, I'm actually excited for this.
For this baseball?
For the baseball I was at, personally.
Ooh, wait. Oh, the baseball you're at last night. That's right.
Yes.
Well, why don't I just go ahead and get this one out of the way, because this is on Thursday in the Southeast Conference. Mount Pleasant, Washington did play baseball, and one of the craziest stats, Jack, because you know how many runs Mount Pleasant scored against Washington on Thursday night?
6 or 7?
6 or 7? Almost 8. It was an 8-3 victory for the Panthers over the Demons. You know how many hits Mount Pleasant had?
6 or 7?
2.
Oh.
2 hits, 8 runs for the Panthers on Thursday. It was now, I think a big part of that is it was 2-2. It was a pitcher's duel between Mount Pleasant's Clayton Lowry and Washington's Ethan Peebler. And when it started to get out of hand, I think it was just one of those things where the floodgates started, a lot of errors.
Yeah.
In a 6th inning where Mount Pleasant scored 6, it was 2-2. Mount Pleasant scored 6 in the 6th. And then Washington did score 1 in the bottom or the top of the 7th. Clayton Lowry almost pitched a complete game, but he hit the maximum of 110 pitches right at the second out, and so Jameson Rich came and threw 3 pitches to close it out. 2 RBIs each, by the way, Mount Pleasant wise. Ryan Helling, Tayton George, Adam Denning, and Ethan Peck all had 2 RBIs. And on the Demons side, they also had only 4 hits, so there were only 6 hits in this entire thing. 2 of those hits were by Isaac Medrano, and we got RBIs all at the bottom of the lineup for the Demons. 2 for Josiah Tiffany, sophomore, who bats 8th, and 1 for freshman Kyler Williams, who also had a double, the only extra base hit of the day, of the entire game, Jack.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Well, we'll see how Washington does against Fairfield. the pitching has shown itself to be there sometimes, and it's just
Mhm.
the fielding has to follow suit a little bit for the Demons. I was at small school baseball, Andy, on Friday, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I went to Highland, watched them play the Winfield Mount Union Wolves, and watched a new tradition get unveiled at Highland, which I think you'll appreciate. Highland won the game 4-2. It was their first home win of the 2026 season, and I was waiting to talk to Landon Rolling, who played well, had a RBI base hit, as well as he came in to pitch, went 2.1 innings, did not give up a hit or a run and saved the game, struck out 2 batters to help Highland win. He went over with Noah Hartzler, the starting pitcher, who also had a solid outing. Winfield Mount Union scored in the first 2 innings, and then he kind of dialed it in, had three hits and 3 Ks. But the 2 of them were named the players of the game, and they got to go sign and raise a W flag, Andy. Highland has their own W flag
Ooh.
now.
Oh, I've
Uh,
seen that W flag. I've seen the Highland W flag before. It used to, it might have used to been they used to do the Highland flag in H.
Oh, now it is a true W. It's a red and
Now
white
it's a W.
red and white W, like the Cubs. They're going to go raise it, and the MVP of their home games will sign it. So they introduced that tradition.
Oh.
So that was fun to see. So yeah, they go sign it and raise the flag, but they won. They beat Winfield Mountain Union. On the Wolves side, solid game for Trevor Phillips, who also came in to pitch like Landon Rolling. He had 2 of their 3 hits. Did not drive in a run, but I believe both of the runs that they scored were unearned. But Phillips also pitched, came in, also shut down the Highland batters. 1.1 innings, 4 strikeouts. So he came in late. Highland kind of chased Case and Doppler, the starting pitcher for Winfield Mountain Union, but they get the win 4-2. They are now 5-3, and if you want a quick SEISC North roundup, Pekin rolling. They're in first place, 4-0, 6-1 overall. Hillcrest Academy is 3-0. Highland is now 4-1. Winfield Mountain Union is 2-2. So good stuff from our area teams. That is first, second, third, and fourth in the North.
And you know what? WMU is WMU Columbus. So go ahead.
Yes, that's right.
You
You can
get
throw
top 5.
you can throw Columbus in there as well. So, but I had some real fireworks, Andy, on Tuesday night at some Fairfield baseball over at Fairfield Middle School, which
Because of my phone being out, I haven't heard I have no idea what happens. I am all ears.
you missed a good one. Fairfield hosting Williamsburg, a very good Fairfield team, a very solid Williamsburg team as well. They were 6-6 coming in, but had some pretty impressive wins. The Trojans were on a little bit of a streak heading into this one, and spoiler alert, they kept that streak going. They have now won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row for the Trojans, and this was a fun one. 7-6 was the final score, and I'll take you immediately to the 7th inning. Marathon of a game. 3 Trojan pitchers pitched. It was Voss Richardson, then Chase Countryman, and then in the top of the 7th, to try and keep Williamsburg at bay when the game was tied at 6, they put in Owen Adam, who went from catcher to pitcher, did his job. Williamsburg doesn't scratch across a run, and actually, I'll go all the way back to the top. I'm gonna actually set the table a little bit more. I'm not gonna take you straight to the 7th inning. Williamsburg hits a 2-run home run to take a 2-0 lead in the top of the first. Their guy, I have to get his full name. His nickname is Gronk. He was the one who hit the 2-run home run. His full name is Carson Greer, and I got to tell you, it's an earned nickname. He's a big fella, and absolutely nuked one to dead center to give Williamsburg a 2-0 lead. Fairfield does not blink, puts 4 runs across in the bottom of the first to take a 4-2 lead, and that was pretty much the story. Every time Williamsburg got a couple runs, Fairfield had an answer for them. No scoring all the way to the 5th. Williamsburg scores 3 runs. Fairfield responds at the bottom of the inning with 2. So it is 6-5. Williamsburg gets their first unanswered run in the top of the 6th to make it 6-6. And then we go to the bottom of the 7th, and Fairfield again doesn't blink. First 3 runners take their base, and up steps who, Andy? Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess who steps up?
Let's see. Upstead 2. I'm just gonna throw out.
Do you want me?
Jason
I
Workman.
can tell you the base runners were if that helps.
Oh, I'll get this. All right.
If I have them, let me go to my notes. Chase Countryman hit a single. I forget who got on second, and then Dason Workman bunted for a single and loaded the bases.
Then it's gonna be Dane Burkhart.
It was not Dane Burkhart. It was
What?
none other than your starting pitcher for the game, Voss the Boss Richardson.
Voss the Boss
comes up, hits an RBI single into right, and Fairfield walks it off in the bottom of the 6th marathon game. But the Trojans get it done to win their 7th in a row. Voss Richardson, like I said, 2 hits, drove in the 1 run. Ethan Biscard would have been the player I talked to after the game if not for Voss the Boss's heroics. He had 2 doubles and drove in 2 runs himself. Owen Adam also had 2 hits, singled twice, had an RBI, and Dason Workman was 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. The win on the mound went to Owen Adam for his 6th inning save for the Trojans. So very exciting one. This Fairfield team's rolling. It was good to talk to them. They were in very good spirits. I got to say, I went up to Voss the Boss Richardson and said, what were you thinking there? And he said after the bases got loaded with no outs, he said he thought he was going to hit a grand slam. He was that confident in the Fairfield bats, and then went down 0-2 in the count as well. And just stayed patient, got the pitch he wanted, delivered. So Fairfield is cruising along in the SEC, now 9-3 on the season. Andy, this has been. I got the vibe that this has been kind of building for this team. They're now 9-3. They're 3-0 in conference. Of course, they're behind by 2 games to Burlington, who are 9-2 and 5-0 because Fairfield has lost those games against Washington. Fort Madison 2-3, Mount Pleasant 1-2, and Keokuk and Washington both 0-3.
Yeah, Fairfield. I mean, they're going for 3 SEC championships in a row. They are a year away from. Last year, they got such fire. I really thought they had a chance to go to state last year. They bring almost everybody back. They've been killing the ball. They have great pitching. They have great defense. And if they can beat Keokuk on Thursday, and so it's supposed to play Washington on Wednesday night. This is being taped on Wednesday. We don't think that's going to happen because of the rain coming in. But if they can stay undefeated up until Monday, and it all depends on B-Town versus Mount Pleasant, on Thursday night, but it could be a battle of the undefeateds.
And I got to tell you, that one is at Fairfield Middle School, and I might want to be in the building. We'll see who ends up being in the building. I might want to be in the building.
On Monday night?
Monday night.
Someone's going to be on the road. So you know what? Why don't we just figure it out right now?
Someone will be in the building. Let's see where
Actually,
Washington
you figure
is.
it out. Tell me on Monday, Mount Pleasant and Washington, if they're on the road or at home. While you do that, I want to say I was at another baseball game, Van Buren County Hillcrest.
Oh, wait. No, we're good.
Van Buren County Hillcrest, a 12-11 win, walk-off win. I had a walk-off win too. Creek Height sophomore does the exact same thing that you just talked about with Fairfield. It was a back and forth, insane game. Rowan Miller had a homer for Hillcrest. The runs were, let's just skip ahead. After 4 crazy innings, it was 9-5 Van Buren. And then the Ravens scored the next 6 to go up 11-9. They scored 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. Van Buren County comes up, ties it in the 6th. So it's been since the 3rd inning that there was a scoreless thing. There were runs all night long, and then Van Buren County plays excellent defense in the top of the 7th to go. I don't remember if it was 1, 2, 3. There might have been 1 base runner on, but great defense from VBC in the 7th. And then the bottom half, first 3 batters all get on base. Bases loaded, no outs for Creek Height, and same deal.
Literally the exact same situation. That's funny.
He lined one into the outfield. So a lot of walk-offs. I mean, Creek Height gets a walk-off. Voss the Boss Richardson gets a walk-off. Katie Miller gets a walk-off for the New London WMU softball team. So we're getting lots of walk-offs. Now, Reveal to me who's at home on Monday.
Okay, Andy, I can offer you this.
Oh,
Mount Pleasant does play at home on Monday against the Fort Madison Bloodhounds.
well, that will be a fun one.
And Fairfield is at home against the Burlington Greyhounds. So it seems like I'll be in the building then for that. However, I can offer you Friday night at Fairfield Middle School, the Fairfield Trojans host
I know who they are.
your Sheraton Chargers.
I'm gonna live in Fairfield this weekend. Yes,
There you go.
My Sheraton Chargers. Shout out to my friend Bray Trineri. No way he's watching this, but Sheraton head coach, 1 year older than me in school. And my family, my little cousin is obsessed with baseball. He's not quite in high school yet, but he'll probably make the trip. Baseball. Sheraton's not even playing that well this year. They were a state semifinalist last year.
6-5.
So that will be a fun one. Two schools who have high expectations on the year, and that'd be a feather in the cap of Fairfield if they can knock off the Chargers despite Sheraton's early struggles here. So yeah, I'll be living in Fairfield this weekend, and then on Monday I'll be in Mount Pleasant for Fort Madison and MP.
There you go. And I'll head to Fairfield on Monday. Back to FF Middle School I go.
Those are going to be 4 absolute wars on the FF Middle School softball and baseball fields. Fun fact, Jack. I was reminded of this last night. Fairfield won the conference championship last year. Burlington needed to win like 1 of 3 or 1 of 4 down the stretch, and Mount Pleasant came in and spoiled the conference for Burlington.
Wow.
And won it and helped Fairfield win it. Burlington beat Fairfield 2 out of 3. I don't think they swept them last year, but 2 out of 3. And because I was talking to MP coach Brent Broker, and they're like, he's like, Burlington will be ready for us on Thursday night because we went and spoiled their conference championship last year. So I forgot about that. And then Fairfield repaid Mount Pleasant by knocking them out of the tourney.
There you
Those two are
go.
always knocking each other out of the tourney. Anyway,
Some vengeance will be in the air for the Greyhounds then.
there's going to be a lot of vengeance in the air all week long. Vengeance lives here on Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus and all of the towns that we cover. And we're gonna have international vengeance upon us after the next block of this show, where we will be giving our official World Cup predictions. Even Peter.
Yes.
We'll be back.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
Welcome back, everyone, or as they say in other countries, hola and frick.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Guten Tag.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Canadian. We're here for the official 2026 championship picks. Guys, I want a gold, a silver, and a bronze from everyone. Who is winning the World Cup? Now, I want to turn it over to our soccer expert, Jack Dalton. But before I do, I have a question for both of you to answer.
Shoot.
I thought about this. I want an honest answer. What do Americans care more about this summer? Who wins the World Cup or who wins the WNBA championship?
I feel like there are probably more soccer fans in America than WNBA fans. That would be my guess.
What do you think, Peter?
But
I feel like once the US is out of it, most Americans won't care. But I feel like if like a New York Liberty or like a Los Angeles Spark, there might be a few more. I'm going to say I'm gonna say WNBA.
You say WNBA. The Americans by
Just because I
whole
feel
fair
like
margin.
once the U.S. is out, there's just gonna be like little to none unless you're a true soccer fan like Jack. But
I think there are more of those people now than people might realize. Is my counter.
true, but also like I said, if it's like a New York Liberty or a
yeah,
Spark,
they have big market.
they
big
could have a
market.
decent sized fan base.
What about this? All right, here we go.
They've kind
Ready?
of exploded in popularity at the same time.
What
Pretty close.
they did in the United States, which would get more vitriol? USA, Mexico in the championship game of the World Cup, or Fever and Dream in the championship?
It would
This
be-
I
game?
won't argue.
it
It's
would be
it's
US,
USA,
Mexico.
It's not
Really?
close. It's
It would
not
be US,
close. It's not
Mexico.
close.
Yeah, just making sure. Just making
Yeah.
sure people are gonna care.
That's nothing against the Fever and Dream. That rivalry goes back longer. Both sets of fan bases are a lot more.
Like I said, I think Americans'
Wild.
fandom for Team USA will be until US is out of the World Cup, and if that's in the final, then there's going to be a lot of following.
think
I
You're right.
genuinely think Mexico will do worse at this tournament because of their fans. Their fans put so much pressure on that team. There is a lot of they're kind of one of those teams that definitely thinks they're a lot better than their talent actually maybe will get them, and that will not go over well. Their fans hold them to a very high standard.
I don't think the USA should be too nervous about what their fans think then, because I have every World Cup, I always complain about how the USA gets hyped by the American soccer fans and then we choke. I haven't even heard one person say oh, the USA could be pretty good in this World Cup. They're 50-1 to win. So maybe the USA will be relaxed by lowered expectations this time around. And being at home.
The tough thing with the US is like if you put it in the context of like a different sport, it's like an NCAA tournament team where their ceiling and their floor is kind of the same. Like you don't expect them to do worse than like get to the round of 16, but you also don't really expect them to get any further than that. So it's kind of like if you're a fan of like trying to think of a good example in like college basketball, because like of course all the blue bloods think they're going to get to the Final Four every year, but
Iowa.
actually, you know who's not a bad team for that is Wisconsin. You always expect them to
Yeah.
make the tournament and maybe win a game or two, but you usually don't. And you're disappointed if it's anything less than that, and you're usually a little bit surprised if it's anything like Final Four good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Well,
that.
I mean, I will be all in for the Team USA as I usually am. But
I think the hype with Team USA is like I think more and more people, a wider audience, understands how incredibly difficult it is to get even to the last 8 of the World Cup, and how much talent you have to have. And by comparison, I'm not sure if the US can get. They definitely can get there, but we'll see.
We'll see. Right now, according to the odds, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teams that have better odds than the USA. USA and Japan both 50-1. All right, Jack, I want gold, silver, and bronze. Who gets first, second, and third?
So I have to think about this because I have to make sure this final can happen. I guess in theory anyone can happen, but the way the groups go out, I'll just give my top 3 favorites. So I guess like this is the team I'm picking to win, and then by default this team will be second and third. I'm gonna stick with my thought. I've had this thought for the better part of a year that this team would win, and they have been shaken by some injuries that worry me a little bit with the beginning of the tournament, especially. I'm going to pick Spain to win the World Cup. I think when they are fully healthy, they are the best team in the world. They are the most complete team in the world. They won the most recent Euros tournament, which is just the World Cup, but just European teams. And the only issue is that some of their stars are not coming into this tournament healthy, which is a little bit scary. My number 2, or I guess I assume they could meet in the final. But if they can't, this will be my second pick, or my silver team is France. They have the best attack in the world. Their coach is retiring after this tournament. He has an insane pedigree. I I think as long as the egos can be managed and there's not too much positional difficulty, because the thing with the World Cup is you've got guys who are playing, they might play in different positions for their club teams and have to shift a little bit to accommodate other people in the international teams, and especially when you have an attack with as many good players as France has, that can get a little tricky. I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to just score a bucket load of goals and go really deep. I won't go. Can I give you a dark horse pick instead of a third place team?
Sure, give me dark horse.
Shout out Kitty Perry.
My dark horse team is Ecuador. Ecuador was one of the best South American qualifying teams right behind Argentina. I think they have the best defense in the tournament. Now, they don't have much going for them outside of that, but if they can just kind of grit it out and get enough in attack, I think they can go really far. I think a lot of good teams, except for France, will struggle to score on them. They are in a really good group, which does scare me. That I believe includes France, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have all the groups memorized, which shame on me for that.
I had them up and I scrolled away from them.
They are not in the group with France. They are with
Ecuador.
I can't find them. They're with Germany, Curacao, and the Ivory Coast.
There we go. Group E.
It's interesting. That's an interesting group. I'm lower on Germany this year. The Ivory Coast is always dangerous. Curacao is a fun story, but they're tiny. So they're my dark horse pick. I'm going to Ecuador.
Dark horse pick. Peter, what do you got?
I don't have as much knowledge on soccer, so I'm just gonna go with teams that are based on vibes.
That's never. Hey, it's a tournament. Anything can happen. Vibes are good.
I
Having
really,
good vibes is good.
I really liked watching Ratatouille as a kid, so we'll go France. We'll win the World Cup. That Remy the Rat Man, he sure knows how to make a dish.
My wife and I, our first kiss was to that movie.
Oh,
Nice. Romantic. My second pick will be it'll be Germany. Just because they had that one World Cup where they won and they dominated Brazil.
That's true. That was yep.
You never know.
It's 12 years ago.
And then third place, we'll go with someone fun. Let's go with Cabo Verde. Cabo Verde will finish as a semifinal team.
Cabo Verde, that would be insane if they got that far. They are a fun story. They are, people are kind of going to throw them in with all these tiny countries that, are just here because the World Cup got expanded this year and there's more teams allowed. They have been performing pretty well over international play for the last couple of years. This has kind of been building for them. They were close to qualifying in 2022 when the World Cup was smaller. I like them. They're a good team. Their nickname is the Blue Sharks. They're a lot of fun.
Fins up.
They qualify in Africa, which is, I think, number 2 in terms of difficulty to qualify out of as a continent. I like them. They're a good team. I will be picking them to have a little bit of a run. I don't know about the semifinal. That would be pretty.
They'll make it to the semifinal.
Pretty wild. We did not have an African team reach the semifinal until the last World Cup with Morocco. No African team had ever gone that far before.
Here's number 2.
Number 2 could be right around the corner.
Here's number 2. All right. I've got my pick here, and I just actually dropped 100 on the on DraftKings on
not sponsored.
No free ads.
Not sponsored.
No free ads.
No free ads. Dropped 100 on a certain sports bet. I have got Iraq winning the World Cup. No, just kidding. I didn't actually bet on either. I'm gonna use the same logic as Peter. The memory of Germany winning the World Cup championship by 100 goals that one time still sticks with me. I'm going with the Germans to win it all. Number 2, I got France.
This is good. A good move for you guys because I said I'm lower on Germany, so I will definitely look like an idiot if they do go out and win the World Cup, which they can do. They certainly, lower on Germany by this definition is okay, I might not think they're going to win the whole damn tournament.
They'll barely get by Cabo Verde in the semifinal.
They'll go really far. Yeah, they should still advance deep. I don't think they'll get grouped. Put it that way.
Third place, I'm going Portugal, and I am basically just I'm fading the favorites. I'm fading.
Does that mean you're a Ronaldo guy over a Messi guy if you're going Portugal 3?
Probably. little kids still love Ronaldo and Messi so much. I'll tell you
True.
that. Because my daughter's like, yeah, people in my class just always just argue about Ronaldo and Messi. But yeah, you know what? I think now I'm going to show my ball knowledge here of international soccer. Ronaldo is he playing?
Yes,
He's in.
they're both there.
Yeah.
They're both there.
Yep.
Okay.
They're both
Then,
there.
yeah,
Neymar's there for Brazil.
Oh, really? All right. Germany, yeah. Germany number 1, France number 2, Portugal number 3, and my dark horse, Iraq.
Iraq.
I'm actually I'm glad you brought up Portugal. Man, they're not a dark horse, but they would probably be my actual pick for third if I didn't go like with the dark horse pick with Ecuador. And it's not because of Ronaldo, it's because I think their midfield is incredible. They have just super good players who you guys probably don't know any of these names, but one of their guys broke the Premier League record for assists this year. Another couple won the Champions League with PSG, and the three of them will probably all start together. They're all really good. They have a good midfield. I like that pick, Andy. Germany's solid. I like Germany's manager a lot.
Germany, they got a good manager.
They have a good coach.
Does anybody, including Team USA, have an American manager?
And you know what? Yes, Canada's manager is actually from America.
Viva! Let's go Canada. Not really.
I'll
be kneeling for the Canadian national anthem as I do always.
I like Canada a lot, actually. Germany, I believe their coach, or not their coach, their starting goalkeeper was in between the sticks for that Brazil game still. Manuel Neuer. He's 40 years old and still their keeper.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, that's a German or that's a
Germany's goalkeeper.
Really?
Kind of like the LeBron.
Let me make sure. I
goalkeeping.
believe he would have been their goalkeeper in the 7-1.
goodness.
Like
Didn't have to do
goalkeeping.
much. Just watch his team absolutely dominate.
He was.
That's all they care about.
He
in
was.
Brazil is soccer, and Germany somehow figured out a way to drop like 16 goals on them. That was one of the most impressive feats of athleticism I've ever seen in my life from the Germans.
Yes, he was. So they still have their goalkeeper from that game. So
what do they call the German team? Everyone has like the only one I can remember is Ghana Black Stars.
that's a great one. Nigeria has a great one. They're the Super Eagles.
Okay, I love them. Oh wait, is South Sudan in it?
No.
Frick. Peter Jock. I love South Sudan because of Peter Jock of their basketball.
Shout out Peter Jock. That guy rocked.
Oh, Germany is just wow. This might be the most German thing ever. I forgot about this. Their nickname is just Die Mannschaft, which only translates to the team.
Oh my gosh, I am riding with the team.
The German soccer team.
That might be the most
Washington
German
football
That might
team.
be the most German pragmatism thing ever.
So much more confident. I'm actually putting
Die Mannschaft. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I am all in on the team.
Everyone
go.
watch the World Cup in between episodes. Plus. It'll be a lot of fun. Even if you don't like soccer, it'll just be wildly entertaining. Like, go on Twitter and look at all the, people from other countries who are here just exploring America. It's great. There are parts of this World Cup I'm nervous for, but those parts will be fun. So enjoy it.
We should make burners for all 48 countries and fight with people on Twitter.
I have enjoyed what I've seen. It'll be fun. It should be a good tournament. It's expanded, new format. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's in America.
Yeah.
Where does the team start? Houston, the fourth biggest city, and Curacao. Get ready to learn.
The team,
buddy.
Do you want a player to follow from Germany, Andy? Do you want me to give you a good?
I'll get a favorite player right now from Germany. I'm obviously still cheering for America, but
so I could be biased because one of their better players plays for my favorite club team, but I won't give you him. You know what? You are going to be a fan of who's going to play a lot. I'll just give you. I don't want to give you their best player. That's so boring.
Yeah, give me a speedy striker. Like,
do you want someone fast?
Like, what was that?
You want someone fast?
Someone fast. Someone that if they score, it's going to be on like when the team's killing them and they just send a long through ball.
They don't have a lot of those, honestly.
What about Nick Waltermaid?
He is not fast, but he can score goals.
Hold on, I'm just gonna look for my favorite. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look for my favorite name. No. I'm gonna look for whoever's closest to me and my birthday. They
Okay.
have their birthdays here.
There you go. That's less work for me.
Actually, I'm gonna look through every single team and see if I have birthday buddies, and then I'm gonna bet on them to score goals.
Nice.
Maybe even just whoever's closest to me in age. Period. But it looks like August 8th. Mine's August 10th. August 8th, 2020. Oh, that's a defender. Malik Thau. Not going with them. When's your birthday, Jack?
June 2nd just happened.
Goalkeeper Oliver Bauman.
Oh, he's
36 years old.
He's their backup.
Oh, June 2nd, Jack's birthday and my birth year, 1990.
Oh, there you go.
Is he the starter?
No.
Because of this Manuel Neuer?
Manuel Neuer. Yep.
My goodness. Kimmich is the captain. I'm gonna love on all these guys. Actually, these guys are all my favorite player.
There you go.
But Maximilian, I got it. Maximilian the Bear. He's gonna lead the team to victory. Maximilian the Bear, number 14. He's a forward. He's 23 years old.
There you go. Good pick.
Max the Bear. All right. Now I'm excited for the World Cup. You excited for the World Cup now, Peter?
I'm pumped.
Hey,
Cabo Verde all the way.
The Blue Sharks.
The Sharks. Fins up.
Ooh, Blue
Fins up,
Sharks.
baby.
Fins up.
Fins up.
Fins up versus the team. What does Spain have going for them? Team or no. Yeah, you picked Spain, Jack. What do they have going for them team wise? Like not team wise, like X and O's, but like vibes.
La Roja. I mean, if they're just fun, like they have good young speedy forwards.
I did like Pau Gasol back in the day.
Loved Pau Gasol. He was a great Twitter follow, also, by the way.
You should like Pau Kubasi. He's one of their defenders.
And Ricky
Same
Rubio.
name.
Can he play down
Get
low
up,
like
old
Pau Gasol?
I think he's
man.
small. A lot of them are small.
Okay.
Spain has one of my favorite players' names. His name is Mikel Oyarzabal. You pronounce the Z like a TH. Oyarzabal.
So goofy. But fun.
That's it.
I'm so excited for this. Hey, I want to apologize to the world that I insulted you guys by saying that people care more about the WNBA right now than the World Cup.
I don't think that's true. But the World Cup's also every 4 years. It's an exciting thing to care about. It doesn't happen that often.
True, but Angel versus Caitlyn in the WNBA finals would be once in a lifetime potentially.
Maybe.
You don't think that'd cause
A fun
civil
renewal
war?
of the rivalry.
That would be a fun renewal. I would very much enjoy watching that.
It would be so fun. All right. I'm gonna do a little research by next week. I'm gonna find a birthday buddy to cheer for along with the team. So I'm cheering for USA, the team, and then whoever has got a birthday closest to me.
Nice.
So there we go. Shout out to the guy who was in the Taylor Swift "You Belong with Me" music video and also played in the X-Men. I think Lucas Till is his name. Born on the exact same day as me. I want to meet him one day.
There you go.
There you go. That's all I got. See you later, everybody. Happy World Cup. Viva
Copa Mundial.
the team.